Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Hillsborough, Kansas, and Joe H. Wine Stadium, here on the campus of Tabor College for this afternoon's KCAC matchup featuring the visiting Bethany College Swaits and your Tabor College Blue Jays. At this time, I invite Nate Howard to give the opening prayer.
Please pray with me. Dear Lord, thank you for this evening. Thank you for the opportunity to play and watch.
Everybody viewing from wherever you are today, we appreciate you tuning in. As always, we are here today for a KCAC matchup against Bethany Swedes and your Lady Blue Jays. I'm joined, thankfully, once again by the best co-commentator in the land, Liam Morgan. How are you, mate?
Good afternoon, Rory. Thank you for having me. It's good to be back. I am very well. Very cold, as you can see a few.
Well, how would you be able to tell if it was cold,
mate? A few underskins and gloves.
Yeah.
And I think ear warmers maybe even making appearances today. But as the temperature drops in Kansas, the heat regarding the playoffs has seriously picked up as we approach the last two games of the season. We enter the final regular season week, and it's very, very close for who's going to get that home playoff spot, Rory.
Yeah. Tabor is very much in the running for the home playoff, one of the home playoff places, which would be massive.
And a win here would all but secure it. Even if it doesn't go to plan, there's still could be a massive showdown last day of the season against Evangel, and that is a massive tussle of no one wants to drive to the other. Believe me,
definitely not. If Evangel win today and Tabor win today, it will be a showdown for the fourth place spot on Saturday. But the advantage is for us, we'll be hosting that game on Saturday. But Saturday, got to put Saturday to the back of our minds, Liam. Got to focus on the task at hand. And they have to dismantle the Bethany College Swedes, who entered today's game with an overall record of 3-11-1 and 1-9-1. Oh, that's the men's. Never mind. The women, I don't know what their record is. We'll tell you in a second once we find out. Oh, it's on the screen now. Perfect. They're 1-10-0 in conference, and the Blue Jays sitting pretty with 6-3-2 record, coached by the lovely Tom Gaskell.
I don't think the Swedes are to be taken too lightly, or you look at a record like that and think, or maybe you start thinking about getting on the score sheet yourself no matter where you play.
Yeah.
But it's times like this where the girls that are here, they're out here to have fun, and sometimes when you're relaxed you play your best football, so it's not going to be a given for the Blue Jays.
No results are given. We saw that the other week with the men's game against Avila. You know, Avila's record going into that game didn't reflect their ability so much, and I think that game was taken a bit lightly, and they showed up and showed us what can happen if you don't respect your opponent. Starting lineups for the Blue Jays: Neve Mulrooney in between the sticks, Hayley Rogers back in the lineup after a little period out with a knee injury. And we have Taylor Nye back in, Haven Deckinger, Hayley Hilson, Mallory Pearson, the infamous Portia Zweifel, Annalise Wines, the midfield maestro Sierra Boyer, Jasmine Ventura, and April Ochoa. Very, very good lineup for the Blue Jays, Liam.
It's a formidable one, and it's a regular one. It's one that we're accustomed to see with a few slight tweaks in it, but the girls have gelled so well together this year, playing so much more as a unit, and they're just so formidable. When you see that lineup, you think there's not really a weak link in that side.
No.
And you always know that you're in for a game.
Very well oiled machine, the Blue Jays. You know, they've had some hard games, but have had the know-how to weather the storm and get out the other side with good results. Teams huddling up last words exchanged before they go to battle here.
There's a few different approaches on dress here. We've got some people going for the jumper, the coat, the bottom. Some people just going for a little bib.
Yeah. I'm not sure I'm a big fan of the ear warmers, mate.
The air warmers. Don't know. I remember seeing like a World Cup qualifier a while back, and the US played maybe someone like El Salvador, and it's about -18.
Well, that's different.
They rocked out the air warmers, but it's not that cold.
Yeah, it's not -18, you know.
However, if you're still wearing air warmers, you're forgiven, and keep them on maybe.
Yeah.
As alluded to.
You have to.
Malewa Abendawa with his one glove that's got like holes in it. I'm not sure if he even washes it, to be honest. But
well, maybe if when they win, he scores, he'll wash it. Maybe that's because we do that with the bibs. That was a little coach's secret there. Sorry, not sorry.
It's quite disgusting. Anyway, back to the football.
Back to what the important stuff here. And we are underway here at Joel H. Wayne Stadium on a sunny but windy and cold day here in Hillsborough, Kansas. And Ventura gives the ball away early doors here. And the Swedes advancing towards the goal. And that was a good tackle there by Mallory Pearson. Number 8 on it now. Shoots, blocked by Pearson again. And Hayley Rogers picks it up now. Finds Deckinger, who looks to get on her way here.
It's good to see Rogers back in that starting lineup after dealing with a lot of injury worries.
Yeah.
But it's gonna.
Taylor Nye dribbles into number 17, who puts it out for the first throw-in of the game. What's your over/under for throw-ins in this game, Liam?
A lot.
Yeah, a lot.
Let's go 32.
32. All right. Porsche's rifle on it now, who usher it out for the corner, first corner of the game.
The wind is swirling today. I think it's going to pick up as the game develops.
I think the Blue Jays are going against the wind for the first half, which is kind of what you want, really, so you can attack with it the second half, get it out the way.
As long as that defence remains solid.
Yeah.
And we have a corner here crowding the keeper.
Sierra Boyer, ball in. April Ochoa shoots narrowly wide.
It looked like it was going to nestle in that far corner, but
I got excited there for a second.
Yeah, I don't think Ochoa quite caught hold of it properly.
You can see the wind though. It took that ball completely away from the goal. Goal kick now. Played up. Bounces over like 3 people there, but Hilson picks it up to Ochoa, who tries to find Boyer, and Bethany clear forward. Neve Mulrooney will get her first touches of the game. She rolls the ball out to Ventura out there on the right hand side, who finds Nye inside to Boyer. Boyer tried to flick it on, but got mixed up, but Ventura will now play it back to Pearson. Pearson now, who nearly gives the ball away to number 2 there, and Ventura will clear up, find Boyer, who will have a missed touch, and that will go out for a Bethany throw-in.
There's a few loose touches out there where it's hard to get going on a day like this.
But they need to get going.
Most definitely.
Ball in by Bethany, cleared away by Ochoa, and Boyer on it now, finds Rogers. Rogers up to Deckinger. There's time to figure out what to do. Rogers on it now, who plays a good through ball to Porsche's Weifel, who's got the pace, and she is galloping towards the goal. Cuts inside, shoots, and that's a good save there from the Bethany keeper. Probably should have gone more in the corner, that far corner, because the keeper was giving her all that space to shoot, but Porsche puts it straight at the goalkeeper, who gets her first save of the game.
It's good composure to cut inside, though, open up the angle. Maybe could have had more bodies crashing into the box for a square ball.
It was a good first time ball from Rogers, and Zweifel did well to stay on her own half to not be called offside.
That was one of the factors that playing into wind helps you with, Rory. The ball just held up, maybe going the other way, it might have skipped on.
Yeah.
It was perfectly into the stride of Zweifel.
Hopefully the Blue Jays can settle down with this passing game. Hilson finds herself on the ball now. Who plays it out to Ochoa. Doesn't have a lot of options, so has to cut back inside. Find Hilson again. Hilson to Pearson. Pearson gets it out to Ventura, who's got time and space to play forward. Finds Boyer. Boyer back to Ventura here. Blue Jays, you know, not rushing things, just possessing, making the Swedes move about. And Ochoa does well to find Hilson. Hilson with time and space. Hilson into Zweifel. Zweifel now. Looks to play Boyer. Boyer tried to play a through ball to Deckinger, but cut out well by the Swedes.
It's a very, very high line from the Swedes.
Very high line.
I don't know whether that's to try and get them on the front foot or pen the Blue Jays back in with the wind in their face, but when you have...
Maybe try and set the offside trap.
Maybe. It's always a risk you run with the sheer pace of Tabor's front four.
I mean, you know, it looks to have paid off. I mean, you know, the Blue Jays have given the ball away a couple times in early sparring here, but Zweifel with the big chance so far. Throw in. That looks to be a foul throw in, but
maybe just a little one.
Maybe just a little one. I know you don't like foul throw in, so
no, we'll let that one slide.
And that'll be a foul committed against Haley Rogers, who got tackled from behind. I'll try now. Play short to Pearson. Pearson out to Ventura. Ventura finds Deckinger, who turns forward, trying to play Hilson, but Hilson looked to be offside, to be fair. And that was a wayward pass from Ochoa. And that will be a Bethany throw-in.
You saw how much that the ball just held up.
Yeah.
It's almost like if it's hit high enough, it's going to start coming back towards you.
With snow on it.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't even need to go up too high to get snow on it today. It's
thrown to Bethany, but that looked to come off the face of number 3. So the Swedes got away with one there. Throw now, and free kick for the Blue Jays.
He's given a foul throw.
He's given a foul throw.
Which is, I think he's given a foul throw, right?
I think he's given a foul throw.
Which is refreshing to see.
Yeah,
however, I don't think that one was actually.
Yeah, it wasn't a foul throw.
There's too much wrong with that.
Yeah, should have given the first one, but you know, we're not complaining. We know how grumpy you get with the throw-in sometimes. Ball in from Rogers straight into the arms of the Bethany goalkeeper. He's getting some early confidence here from a few early saves. You know, Bethany trying to play this long ball game, but you know, it's just tough to play with this Blue Jay midfield. Zweifel on it now with the pace, puts it in for Rogers, and that's safely into the arms of the Bethany goalkeeper.
I think that was an attempt at a cross that maybe it just went a bit awry. I hope so anyway.
Yeah. I hope that the Blue Jays, given the record of their opponent here, don't put too much pressure on themselves to go up by a lot early on, and they stop doing the right things, which is a thing you see all the time in football. You know, the pressure of playing a team that you should really beat, and you stop doing the right things, Liam.
But again, Bethany should not be underestimated in this game. In the early proceedings, they're looking to be very well organised.
Yeah. And that was a mixture between a cross and a shot, maybe, from Bethany, but...
And again, although technically maybe a little bit erratic at the moment, they are giving the Blue Jays something to think about in the opening 10 minutes.
Pearson on it now. Finds Boyer. Boyer inside to Wines. Wines out to Ochoa. Ochoa to Hilson. He plays a forward pass, but that will go out of play on this near side for a Bethany throw-in. Throw-in now. Wines wins a header. Ochoa finds herself on it now. Who plays Ventura? Ventura. Good turn there, finds Pearson. Good composed play there from the senior. Wines on the turn now. Finds Boyer. Ventura out to Nye. Nye inside to Deckinger with a good first-time pass. Deckinger with all the pace. There she goes. Skips around her defender. Good ball into his wife. What can she do? Finds Taylor Nye. Taylor Nye into... Oh, great football here from the Blue Jays. Portia's wife in behind.
Oh my
Shot
God,
and goal. Great finish there from Portia's Weifel. Brilliant one-touch play from the Blue Jays.
That is one of the best goals you will see at this level and up there with any level. Maybe a 30, 40 pass move.
Yeah.
Incredible football from the Blue Jays. The ability of Haven Deckinger to skip round a man with ease, pull it back to the edge of the box. And the rest is history.
As they say. Great one-touch play.
But that is superb. I think if moving pictures were a thing, Tom Gaskell would have that goal framed in his house.
Yep. Oh. Football-style kickoff there from the Swedes. Not sure why they're doing that this early on.
I actually think it was a goal, Rory.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe to get higher up the pitch, put the pressure on a bit?
Maybe. I think that Mulrooney was parked on the edge of her 18 box as she normally would, and I think the girl's maybe been a bit cheeky and tried to use the wind to catch her out.
Don't mind it. Watch her now. Miss clearance into 22. 11 on it now. Well, cut out by Pearson. Shot from 22. Blocked by Ventura. And a shot from... I can't see a number out there, but one of the Swedes. And that will go wide, and that'll be a Blue Jay goal kick. It's definitely the goal that they needed just for the Blue Jays to settle down a bit in this possession.
I think it was a statement of intent as well.
Yeah.
It was such a great passing move.
What a
Lovely
touch.
touch.
What a touch by Deckinger, by the way. Great first touch.
The game would suit the Swedes if it became a bit more scrappy, but wow, Tabor playing some elegant football for that goal. To break the deadlock, it is 1-0 here in Hillsborough.
To be fair to the Swedes, they're cutting off all the angles here, so it's hard, very hard to play through the midfield. Pass, great ball from Boyer into the path to Deckinger, and the linesman's put his flag up.
Good finish, but
I didn't look offside, Liam.
I think she maybe strayed a yard or two off.
Yeah, maybe, but it's a close one. Either the liner got that wrong, or that was a great bit of officiating.
Again, brilliant bit of organisation.
Hopefully we can get a replay on that.
From the Bethany defence.
Offside trap, man.
The risk you take, you get that 1 or 2 yards wrong.
Yeah, Tom Gaskell's not happy about that. There's no replay today. But missed kick from the Swedes, finds Rogers. Deckinger on it now. Plays Weifel, and Weifel's offside. Offside trap working again there for the Swedes. Liam's doing the playback on that possible offside.
Yeah, maybe a yard off.
Yeah, maybe a yard off. Good.
It was tight.
Good spot there from the lino. And that throw-in has just hit Portia's Weifel on the back of the head. I think Taylor and I was hoping to get it over her head so she can get going here. That'd be a throw-in to Bethany. And I think number 8 there looked to hook it up the field, but hooks it out of play. Taylor and I into
brilliant touch on the turn from Deckinger.
He actually played a good ball, but no one was making the run. Wines and Hilson putting on the pressure now, but that can leave some gaps in the midfield.
Good football from the Swedes to play out. But
Wines there getting stuck in, and that looked nasty. Wines looks to be okay and get back to her feet. Taylor and I on it now.
That looks onside.
Playing his wife behind. keeper does well to come off the line and come get that one. Good ball in behind, but the keeper was aware.
Despite this keeper's diminutive stature, she commands her box very well.
She does. Good distribution as well, but a good header from Deckinger. Did well to get up there. Rogers now with a great ball into Zweifel. Oh, Zweifel cuts inside, shoots, and that is 2-0 to the Blue Jays. Zweifel with her second of the game, putting the Bethany Swedes on skates.
It's a brilliant ball over the top from Hayley Rogers. Perfectly weighted. Zweifel again expertly takes it in her stride, brings it down once again with that. Just so hard to defend when she chops inside, and coolly slotted to the keeper's left-hand side.
Nothing the keeper could do. Just a good finish.
And the mountain to climb for the Swedes has doubled in size.
Yeah, how many goals has she got this year?
Don't know, but Portia Zweifel scores goals.
Yeah, she scores for fun.
What was it? The goal knows her name.
Yeah.
Or one of those ones.
0 out of 10 on the delivery there, Liam.
No, but I don't think it was more than a 1 or 2 out of 10 from the original delivery, to be honest.
But Swedes trying their kickoff routine. Not sure if that was allowed though, because the ball has to go backwards, I'm sure, before it goes forward. Yeah,
I think now they've changed to one-person kickoff. I think you are correct in that, but it always used to be that when you used to have the two-person kickoff, the ball had to go forward.
Yeah, I do miss it. I do miss the two-person kickoff from when I was younger. Back in like 2008, I used to watch Ronaldo and Rooney on the two-person kickoff.
And now it's like Xerxes and Cheeto Obi. It's actually not.
It's not.
It's actually got like a £400 million front line, but
yeah. Tesco, I guess.
Yeah.
Tesco and Bummer. But anyway, back to an actual good footballing side here. Portia's Zweifel does well to find Taylor Nye, who takes over for the junior. And Zweifel will reset here, finding Ventura. Ventura finds Pearson. Pearson out to Ochoa here. Ochoa into Rogers. Rogers with a good flick out to Hilson. Rogers on it now. Who plays a nice little ball down the line to Deckinger. Deckinger ushered out of bounds by number 6, who does well to put the foot in. That will be a Blue Jay corner.
Superb again from number 16, Haven Deckinger. She brings the team so much, Rory.
She does, both technically and with her pace.
She's improved so much as a player this year. And
yeah, big time.
The work rate she brings, even just sort of there to stretch the lines. There wasn't a lot to aim at there for Hayley Rogers, and that deep run from midfield has won the Blue Jays a corner in this swirling wind.
Hand goes up, ball goes in. That's a great ball in, and good
Very
catch.
well done from the keeper.
Good catch there from the Swedes goalkeeper. What's her number? Oh, that's the men's side. They've got a roster sheet here. Another long goal kick. Great goal kick as well, from the hands. Blue Jays just pick it up and play again. Ventura back to Mulrooney. Mulrooney coolly back to Pearson. Blue Jays just... Oh, great little ball there from Boyer to get Taylor Nye off and running. And Zweifel beats the offside trap. Zweifel now in on goal. Squares it to Hayley Rogers, and that is a great finish. Great sweeping move from the Blue Jays. Zweifel unselfishly squares it to Rogers, who has an easy finish. Great move from the Blue Jays.
Zweifel again returning the favour from Rogers' previous assist. And Wentz in that position with no one around her, 6 yards out from goal. I think you put your life savings on Hayley Rogers to score.
Well, that started all from the back, you know. Mulrooney changing up the shift from the Swedes, playing it to Pearson. Boyer with the flick touch. Nye. Just a great sweeping move from the Blue Jays. 3-0.
Just 15 minutes in, Rory, and it is very, very harsh on the Bethany Swedes. I think they've actually played quite well in the opening 15.
They have. They have.
Tabor just a different level today.
Yeah. You know, they were a bit shaky early on, the Blue Jays, but I think now, once the first goal's gone in, they've really found their rhythm.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes it works like you saw against Sterling midweek and other teams around the bottom half of the table. Sometimes it can be a bit of struggle to not only to find a momentum but to score goals, and it was a difficult pitch to play on. But when you're here on one of the best AstroTurfs in the league, as balls played over the top, the ball zips around so much. There's so much space, and it's so hard to contain players like Zweifel, like Rogers, like Deck, and it's just an accident waiting to happen.
This will do wonders for the old confidence, because they had a tough game midweek against Friends, who are, occupying that, I think, number 2 spot in the conference right now. And, to come back, despite having chances and, coming away with a 1-0 loss and those kind of conditions, do wonders for the confidence going into the next games.
And again, as you look into further down the line, I think quite slyly the playoff tournament has always been in the back of Tom Gaskell's mind.
Yeah, with already having a foot in the door as well,
And it's so hard to break down, Tabor. How many times have we seen?
Oh, and there they go again. A great ball by Deckinger. Zweifel with a great ball in, and Rogers unlucky there from Rogers, perhaps stretching a little bit, but great move there from the Blue Jays again.
You said the replay system was down, Rory. It was a carbon copy of 2 of the previous goals, so if you missed that, there's your little replay for you.
Yeah.
But I think wonderful square ball, beautiful weight, and I
think it's just a bit too far in front of Rogers. Tough one to take.
Struggled to sort her feet out as her stride pattern changed just as she approached to strike. But that danger on the front foot is not going anywhere. If you want to see goals today, I don't want to jinx it, but I think you've tuned into the right stream.
Yeah. 6 subs warming up for the Blue Jays here on the near side. Gaskell already looking to go to his bench, and you kind of understand why,
Especially with, again, that playoff tournament looming.
Yeah.
It'd be heartbreaking and just sad, really. It's a Tabor ball, by the way.
And he's missed that one, but, aches and pains.
Yeah, no. As long as he stays above 50%, he's doing well. But you'd hate to see a key player go down in a game that's hopefully going to be 3 points for Tabor.
Yeah.
And as well, you look at that bench, some of the depth that Gaskell has.
They would have dreamed of that last year.
Disposal.
I don't think it's disposal.
Disposal.
You have to get your dictionary out.
Is disclosure? Was that a DJ?
Yeah. Well, and full disclosure.
Mm-hmm.
Full disclosure, Tabor are the best team in the world. No, a long ball there.
Behind.
Can Zweifel get on it? Yeah, of course she can. Silly question. Zweifel now in behind with Rogers in space. I probably should have cut the ball back, but Deckinger on it now. Keeps the attack alive for the Blue Jays. Oh, says Smellier to number 24. Ball goes in. Zweifel. Bit of a goalmouth scramble. And that's a Porsche Zweifel hat-trick.
So opportunistic, Rory. It's like a poacher in front of goal. The defender thought she'd done enough, but a lurking leg has stabbed the ball home, and that completes a wonderful hat-trick for Porsche Zweifel.
Yeah. 3 goals in little over 20 minutes for Porsche Zweifel. And Swede defender looked to be down, injured here. I hope she's all right.
I would say that she could take the match ball home, Rory, but I don't think we have the budget for that.
No, we didn't need to keep our lovely game balls here. No disrespect. But yeah, if we could, she'd be getting the match ball.
Metaphorically, I'm sure they could.
We could give her an imaginary one.
Yeah.
Might be a bit patronising though.
Get them to sign one of the old ones in storage.
Oh yeah. Substitution now for the Swedes. 26 coming in for number 17. And to be fair to number 17, she's actually played quite well. 26 coming in. Grace Turner coming in. All the Swedes.
Coming in for the Swedes, number 24, 26, Grace Turner.
Rogers on it now. Looking for Zweifel, but number 6 does well to step and get the ball there. Number 23 on it now, battling with Rogers. And number 9 on it now. See, here's my thing. Here's my little pet peeve with American soccer is that you have numbers, like jersey numbers, playing in positions that those jersey numbers traditionally wouldn't play in.
I do agree with you, Rory, but I mean, you've always had that going back to what we think of, like William Gallas, number 10, playing centre half.
Yeah, true.
Well, that's
just an exception, Like, but in what world would you see number 9 playing centre back?
And also, Rory, sometimes the game just calls for it.
No.
I don't think she's traditionally a centre half, but
Deckinger skipping past number 24. Actually, wasn't even there. Taylor Nye on it now. Dribbling through the Swedes. Cut out well there by number 2.
I think the number 2 as well started further forward.
Yeah.
Wonderful turn.
Wonderful turn, and 9 does well to defend. I think a good little turn there, to be fair.
There's a whole huddle going on down to our lower left. Tom Gaskell issuing instructions, and looks to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe up to 7 or 8 changes coming for the Blue Jays as we pass the halfway mark in this first half, and Tabor 4 goals to the good.
The ball will just trickle out of play for a Blue Jay throw-in. And he's giving it the other way. Substitution with the Swedes coming in. Number 30? Number 30? Yeah, number 30. Alexis Stegeman.
Coming in for the Swedes, number 30, Alexis Stegeman.
23 on the throw-in now. And you can just tell the Swedes, they just look dejected. You got to feel kind of bad, They did put some decent chances together in the first sort of 10 minutes, but just the goals in quick succession has just completely knocked their confidence.
I don't think they're the worst team by any stretch of the imagination we've seen down here at the Joel H. Wine Stadium.
It's just tough.
Wines.
Wines.
Never known, mate.
It's Wines, is it Wines?
Wines.
Well, I'm just saying Wines because we've got Annalise Wines
I think that's
on the field.
as well. Zweifel's going to get in as well again in a second. And she goes off the back of the defender. Oh,
Biding her time.
Knight turns backwards.
But that's okay, if the ball's not on, don't play it. One's on out to Ochoa, who will do well to keep it in. She does. Ochoa now into Rogers. Rogers to Deckinger.
Nye in so much space if Tabor can switch, but wonderfully worked. And she's freed. She's on.
Oh, miss cue there from Zweifel. Got mixed up.
I don't think we can blame that one on the win.
And don't want to be too harsh because she can be forgiven for that one. She has scored a hat trick. And how many substitutions here? Goodness gracious me.
8 all at the same time.
8 substitutions coming in for the Blue Jays. So now with a clearance straight into the path of Bethany, but that will be overhit, and Mulrooney will let that one go out for a goal kick. I think Mulrooney's just desperate to get some touches on the ball.
Yeah, I was going to say, her mum Claire has travelled all the way over from the UK, not specifically for the game, but to watch her daughter play more than anything as well. I think Neva's as much a spectator as anyone in this first half.
Yeah, very much so. Claire spoke in chapel today, if I'm not wrong.
Spoke very well.
Yeah. Things we love to see, people travelling a long way to give the good word. Just shows that the global outreach we have here at Tabor College, both with sports and with our faith. Pearson on it now. Out to Jimenez, who's just come on. And Piper now back to Jimenez. Dakota now. Good play into Soraya, but unfortunately gives the ball away. But Ballesteros picks it up on the turn. Looking for Alana. But Swedes do well to cut it out. And that wind is just blowing.
It's definitely picking up. In the last minute or so, you could hear it.
And another
rippling.
substitution for the Swedes, number 15 coming in. Number 15? There is not number 15 on the roster. But she's wearing different coloured shorts. You know what I think? I think she might be a goalkeeper. She could be a goalkeeper.
Number 15, Mary Mosley.
Mary Mosley, see? And who's in goal? Oh, Mackenzie. Mackenzie Nutter.
Great name. We've had some brilliant names this season, Rory. Some brilliant locations as well.
Yeah. Soraya with a great ball out to Piper. Piper inside to Ballesteros, who lets it run for Kaylee. And Marin Lackey on it now, leaves it for Ochoa. Ochoa now going on a bit of a run here. Skips past one. Can she skip past another? Great ball in to Piper at the back post. Shot. Good save there from the Bethany goalkeeper. That looked to be flying into the back of the net, but a good save there from the Bethany goalkeeper.
Guided goalwards by Fogan really well to catch hold of that.
Yeah.
To judge it in the wind, bouncing ball as well. She may have been better served taking a touch, but no, she smashed it on the volley first time. A clever save from the goalkeeper.
You know, despite the scoreline, Liam, you do have to give some credit to the Bethany goalkeeper. She has had a good game and made some good saves in this game.
Yeah, it's just the sheer magnitude of chances, Rory.
Yeah. But credit where credit is due. Fogan on it now. Plays Hannah spinning in behind. That's a strong tackle from number 2, who turns out, but only as far as Fogan, who's been putting herself about since coming on the field.
It's the only way to get up to speed, Rory, in conditions like this. It's so cold. If you just try and be a shrew in the corner, it's not going to go well for you, but
You might catch a cold.
to explode out of the gates like Fogan, she looks like she's well up for it today.
Hernandez getting stuck in. That'll be a goal kick for the Swedes with 16 minutes left.
It looks like Riley Collins having a
Riley
having a
Collins
run
been
down
told to go
down the
warm up.
sideline.
Missed a cue touch there from Soraya. Finds number 11, who's shut down quickly by Hernandez. Blue Jays, the Swedes still trying to play some good soccer, but just getting shut down in all angles by the Blue Jays. Jimenez with a quick free kick. Trying to find Fogan in behind, but it's picked up by the Bethany Swedes, but just shut down again by Fogan, who has been everywhere since coming on. Dakota out to Ochoa. Ochoa finds Marin. Marin tried to find Alana going in on the inside run, but 22 on the ball now. Good 1-2 there from the Swedes, who tried to find 30 going in behind, but it's cut out by the head of Ochoa.
Looked like that hurt.
Yeah, I think she caught that on the top of the head, which is really painful. Because you want to hit it with your forehead, for those of you that don't understand the beautiful game. Because if you hit it with the top of your head, it does hurt.
However, I think if I wanted to be hit in the face by any ball, it'd probably be that one. It's quite soft.
Yeah. I think Coach Marin's just likes to pump the balls up really hard.
They're so hard.
Yeah.
They're the yellow and brown training balls. Not only are they shaped more like a rugby ball or an American football, but they're also rock hard.
Yeah.
Filled with cement.
But, you know, it makes better soccer players, so.
And coming on at left centre half.
Riley Collins, senior. Things we love to see, you know. She's been a fourth-year senior, which in the college game nowadays is not really common to see. You know, with transfer portals and the I'm going to say the
red shirting and
the red shirting and
so a fair share of injuries to contend with as well.
The glamour of transferring schools, that me and you have both done.
Very glamorous, very glamorous.
For the right reasons, but to stick at a program for 4 years and give your absolute everything is something that Riley and other players in a similar boat should be very, very proud of. Riley rocking some nice boots as well. I think I used to have a pair of those. Mercurials as a centre back. Hernandez on the ball now. With time and space. Trying to get Hannah in behind, but Fogan was in acres of space. Collins on it now on the throw-in. Down the line, good throw-in. Knocked inside by the Bethany Sweden. Hannah finds Hernandez. Hernandez down the line to Ballesteros. And Ballesteros looked to stray just a yard or two offside. Yeah, it's a good idea from Coach Gaskell to give some rest to some of the players here and keep them prepared for tough games going ahead.
And as well, as we approach the last week of the regular season here, it's good to see some people that haven't been given very many minutes this year in the twilight of their career, such as Riley Collins and Marin and Kaylee, who deserve this playing time as well to get on the pitch. But it's been such a hard side to break into this year, Rory.
Yeah, just tough. When a team's winning, you can't really go to a coach and say, "Why am I not playing well? We're winning. Well, why would you change a winning formula?" But they've stuck at it. They've all been. There's not been any egos from what I've heard, and they've all been one big unit.
It's just a good team.
Just a very good team. Good ball in from the Bethany Swedes, cut out by Jimenez. Fogan will give chase, and so will Soraya. Collins looking to usher out and does well to put it out for a Bethany corner. Not a lot. Collins didn't have a lot of options there, so I think the clearance was, the best option for her. Bethany's first. Is it Bethany's first corner?
I believe so.
I think so. Number 11 over it. Just moving the corner flag out the way. And the Lino moving it back. Lino having absolutely none of it today. And goes up, ball goes in. Low driven corner. Cut out by Hernandez. 11 finds herself on it. Ball goes back into the box. That's a great ball in. And that's a goal from the Bethany Swedes.
The coaches have just absolutely lost their mind on the right bench down below us. Sprinting off to the corner flag like Mourinho.
Mourinho at Old Trafford. You know what? I love that. They've worked hard, kept plugging away, and still trying to do the right thing. So, bit of a lapse in concentration at the back from the Blue Jays.
The first ball off the corner didn't beat the first man, pinged right back out, kept in.
Brilliant.
Ball rolled inside, quality delivery, flicked on. Sorry, that is my phone falling out of my pocket. Flicked on at the back post, and it is a very smart finish.
Very smart finish.
Caressed into that bottom right hand side
from a goalkeeper.
Was it?
Yeah, it's number 15.
Oh, good for her. I know
good for her.
They were going loopy down below us.
Yeah, no, that actually makes a lot of sense now. But the Blue Jays looking to stamp their will back on the game. There's been a bit of a blip.
Oh, that's fabulous. Maybe she'll
enjoy that one.
Found a calling.
Yeah.
Goal scoring presence
machine
in the box for the Swedes.
You know what? If my goalkeeper went up and scored in a varsity game, I would also be running down the touchline.
I don't know what's gone on here. I think
it's a foul.
Free kick for
Bethany.
A little bit of a late one.
Yeah.
On clearance. I think
the Blue Jays can't let their guard down here, because another goal changes the game here. Gives the Swedes a bit more belief.
And as well, letting that go in, you're going to want to reply and show that you are that better side.
Yeah.
And as well,
great ball from Ballesteros out to Hannah. And the goalkeeper will do well to come off her line and boot the ball out of play.
Judged that brilliantly once more, should I say. But again, especially for momentum more than anything, and state of mind, Tabor want to go after this game and really stand their authority.
Good turn there from Hernandez. Carter finds herself on the edge of the box, shoots, and that is well wide. And just hope that the Blue Jays aren't too annoyed with themselves not keeping the clean sheet. With 9 minutes to go here in the first half.
You think of some of the sides that Tabor, it's a loose ball.
That is a loose ball. Oh, it's good composed. Never mind. Good, I was going to say good composed play there from the goalkeeper, but passed it straight to Alana Hernandez. Soraya on it now. Finds Fogan. Fogan on it now. What can she do? Plays a good ball down the line to Ballesteros. Who that looked to be a tasty tackle. That'll be a free kick for the Blue Jays in a dangerous set-piece position.
Ballesteros got across her marker so well. There was nowhere for the defender to go apart from straight through the back of her.
Yeah.
Foul on the edge of the box.
The thing I've noticed about Ballesteros, she's quite good at playing the foul. You know, she does put her body in and you know, leaves the only option being just a fouler. So she does well.
Very savvy player as well.
Very savvy. Very savvy indeed.
Tabor still leaving two back very deep.
Shows the defensive intent from Gaskell, you know.
That is really, really close to a penalty, by the way. It's like right on the line.
Yeah. But the free kick it is.
It is. And it's still a very precarious position for the Swedes. As Tabor load this box.
Just taking
Bodies galore in front of the keeper.
Is that Ballesteros taking it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ball goes in. Oh, straight into the side netting from Ballesteros. I think looking to shoot there. That'll be a goal kick for Bethany.
Some situations like that, Rory, as long as you get it on target, you've got a chance.
Yeah.
She's gone for precision. Just a couple of inches off.
Swedes looking to play short. And yeah, good idea to go long, but Riley Collins on it now. Says, get off me to number 22. Ochoa to Jimenez, back to Mulrooney. Mulrooney. That's a bit of a wayward pass. Fogan couldn't get there. Blue Jays need to find their rhythm again and get some, maybe another goal. Get some one-touch passing done before half-time. You know, you don't want to use the phrase game, set, match because, you know, it's not over till it's over.
Mm-hmm. And you can't say that Tom Gaskell won't be happy with his first half performance.
Yeah,
but
and he scored 4 goals, and that's a free kick. Yeah, I think
might be
Fogan was
ticked off for
dragged
the
back.
last 10-15 minutes, however.
Yeah. Porsche's rifle hat-trick, though, by the way. Jimenez asking people to come closer and come get the ball, which Mendoza does. And Jimenez finds Fogan on the turn here. He tries to play Soraya, but that's just too far in front of her. Blue Jays need to clean up this pass into this latter stage of the half. That'll be a Blue Jay throw-in. Ballesteros flicks on well, finds Hernandez. Great turn there from the freshman.
Rolls the opposition wonderfully. Slips
what a ball.
Perfect eye of the needle ball.
Trying to find Marin. That's some really good composed defending there from the Swedes. And Hernandez getting stuck in again. You know, despite being small in stature, she flies into a tackle.
Yeah, and it's like a terrier nipping at your heels as well.
Yeah. Oh, another great ball. for Fogan to give chase, and that will be a got to be a Blue Jay throwing surely. Yep. Hernandez with a couple of really good passes in behind, splitting the Bethany defence. Hernandez on it now. Oh, goes down. Penalty shout, but none given. I think it would have been a bit of a soft penalty.
However, you never know.
You never know. Not
You asked the question.
You ask the question. You need an answer.
Oh.
Slight foul throw there.
Yeah, slight little chest pass.
We know basketball season is coming up, but you know we're still in soccer season.
Heard they did quite well the other day, despite by 5 points.
Yeah, against a nationally ranked opponent. Yeah.
And as well as you don't like to see some of the coaches poll and the media polls.
Oh, show her. Here she
right
goes.
Through the lines.
Goes around 1, 2, 3, 4. Shoots. Oh, straight at the Bethany goalkeeper. I think April Ochoa deserved a goal after going around 4 players.
Maybe people asking to be rolled in. She had a queue of about 5 waiting for the ball, but once you step through the back line like that, there's no way you're not going to pull the trigger.
You would shoot too, right? Of course you would.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, come on now. It would have been a Puskas Award nomination there if she'd scored that.
But it is good for the basketball team, having been polled bottom of the table of the KCAC by, I think, about everyone.
I think you're talking about the wrong men's team, mate. The women played.
No, men's team.
Oh, they did. They both played, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I say the women would be near the top now.
And the women's were ranked first, I think, in the coaches poll.
Yeah.
But to have that underdog mentality, I could see the season being a success for the Blue Jay basketball team.
Yeah. That's what you're talking about, the women's basketball team.
Oh no, they're a powerhouse.
Yeah.
It's one sight you do not want to see as a keeper, staring into the sun.
And
wind
April Ochoa
swirling around, and April Ochoa standing over a free kick.
Nightmare. Ball goes in. Ooh. Just over the bar. Hit the wrong bar. Another substitution for the Blue Jays about to come in. I think that's Sheridan?
Yeah. There's only 3 minutes remaining in the half. She's going to have to
struggling to get her sweats off, but 2 people having to be roped in, but you know, things you love to see.
Loose pass by the Swedes.
There you go. Sheridan about to go in now for the Blue Jays. With 3 minutes left on the clock here. Another senior. Just hope the ball goes out for the Blue Jays, so Sheridan can get in here. And that'll be a free kick to
get on.
No, you can't, not on a free kick.
They've been a bit lackadaisical with it sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, it is 4-1 to be fair.
Oh, that ball's going to hold up.
That's going to hold up. Kaylee Hanna on it. And that will go out for a Blue Jay corner. And here she comes. Sheridan coming on. Coming off, I think, yeah, coming off for Kaylee Hanna. I think is limping here. She did. I was watching a JV game the other week against Barton, and Sheridan was playing very well.
She did, yeah.
So she deserves it, you know.
When that JV team plays, it's very hard for them to yield opportunities up front, but
especially against Barton.
Yeah, as well. It's very, very strong side. There's a brilliantly managed game, and they were very unlucky not to get something out of it.
Yep.
Losing 1-0 on that occasion. Ochoa whips the ball in.
Marion with a touch. Oh, Riley Collins looked to shoot, but lost her footing, and Soraya Mendoza does well there to get the ball back, and April Ochoa will get on the ball. Ochoa finds Hernandez. Hernandez on it now.
Fogan in loads of space. Slipped in.
Oh. Offside given.
Offside. I'm not too sure, but the linesman had an age to look at it. The ball was always coming.
I thought maybe it came off the Bethany defender, which would play Piper onside.
I
mean, if it didn't, then maybe. But if it came off the Bethany defender, then
intentionally guided in that direction.
Sheridan's able to get a goal in these last 40 seconds here. I think the place would erupt. Good touch by Collins out to Lackey. Lackey with a miscued first touch under heavy pressure, and that's a foul. Yeah, that's a foul given away by Marion. Not intentional. Oh, a yellow card. Oh no, just hopefully for the injury, but I think a yellow card would be harsh.
Well, maybe he is going to.
Maybe he is going. No, surely not.
Do you know why he's walking backwards?
I think he's just going to go have a word. I think it was intentional, but it's a foul nonetheless.
It's just part of the game. It's a foul. Move on with the game.
We hope.
Yeah,
I hope she's all right.
Okay.
She did look in a bit of pain when she went down. I hope she's all right.
Looks fairly innocuous, so to be
maybe she went down.
Down, yeah. We're just.
Hopefully, can we take a break here? And she looks to be in some discomfort here. Maybe it's an ankle. Yeah, I think she might have gone over on her ankle. And Bethany player being led off the field. Looks to be in some pain here. We just hope she's all right and has a speedy recovery. That'll be a free kick to Bethany here. .26 seconds left on the clock in this first half. Your score 4-1 to the Blue Jays. Portia Zweifel and Hayley Rogers with the goals for the Blue Jays. Portia Zweifel first half hat-trick. The ball goes in, cleared away by Fogan. Soraya on it now. Into Dakota, who marches forward. Blue Jays not done quite yet. And Ballesteros tries to play Hernandez, but miscue touch there. Last 10 seconds of the half here. Swedes will probably look to shoot or play a long ball, but no, that goes out and that trickles out of bounds. And that'll be the end of your first half. Score 4-1 to Tabor. Portia Zweifel with a hat-trick. And then an assist for Hayley Rogers. And you don't want to say job done here, Liam, but it certainly looks that way.
Yeah, you'd like to think so, Rory. Tabor took maybe 5 or 10 minutes to settle into the game and then flew out. And again, hopefully put the game to bed There's 4 rapid-fire goals.
And it was one of them, once the first goal comes, it's, floodgates open, and it was always going to be a pretty one-sided affair after that. But, game's not over until it's over.
It'll be interesting to see as well what team comes out to start the second half.
Yeah.
And hopefully there'll be some more goals for you at home.
But that will be it for us, as we've got to go get ready for the men's game.
Thank you very much for having us.
And it's been a pleasure, as always. Thank you, Liam, once again.
No, thank you.
And, all the best. God bless.
See you later.
Welcome back to Joel H. Wean Stadium right here in Hillsboro, Kansas. We have a fantastic match here tonight on the women's side of the KCAC here. Tabor versus Bethany College. I'm Nate Howard. I'm the Tabor College Sports Information Director, and I'm joined today by Olu Arabake. And Olu, it has been a fantastic match thus far.
Yeah, definitely. It's always good when you go up early and a big strong lead for the Blue Jays to start. So yeah, hopefully they can keep it going with some more goals, and you know the substitutions can just keep rolling and everyone can get good time on the pitch. Yeah, he just went offline quick.
When we have already one player with a hat trick in this match so far, Portia's Weifel.
She does have a knack for just scoring goals as the main striker, and it's always good when you know she can lead the team in that way.
Yeah, I mean, and talk about efficiency. 3 goals already for Zweifel at the 20-minute mark.
Yeah.
And I feel like they have changed quite a bit. They kind of put their second side in. Coach Tom Gaskell did there towards the end of the first half to get his starting 11 some rest a little bit, but I think we should see kind of the same effort and mentality the second half here.
Yeah, definitely. We can already see early on here they're finding Taylor Nye down the right-hand side, trying to get the crosses in.
The throw in coming here by Nye. Be a short little throw over to Haven Deckinger. Choa moving down the pitch now. Tries to cross it up over on the far side of the pitch. It is going to be a Blue Jay throw.
That's clear by Bethel. Or Bethany, sorry.
So last time these two sides met back in October of 2024. That match was up in Lindsborg, and Blue Jays snuck out of there with a 1-0 victory. And tonight, definitely a different story. Bethany College leads the all-time series 19-9-3. And that does date back to 1995.
Oh, here we go, Portia breaking through. I think that'll be a goal kick for Bethany.
Yeah, they are going to call Zweifel offsides.
Yeah.
Had quite a few offsides called tonight. Mostly all on Tabor.
Yeah, I mean, when you're going to be the attacking side like this, it's often that you will get those type of calls because of how aggressive they are playing.
Yeah, four offsides calls on Tabor, none on Bethany. Tabor already with 14 total shots and 9 shots on goal. They're just going to keep their foot on the gas here.
That's going to be out for another Blue Jay throw.
Blue Jays fell to Friends on Saturday in a 1-0 decision. Prior to that, had a big win on the road at Sterling. And reached the 10-win milestone for the first time since the 2016 season. First time under head coach Tom Gaskell. And you know, I think we've talked about it all season long. This is a special team.
Yeah.
It's a special side that Coach Gaskell has.
Definitely. You can see from a lot of their performances throughout the year, like even 2 weeks ago, they had a good comeback win, and they're just very resilient as a team. And they do have that chemistry to just push through.
Yeah, and this is, I think in my time here, this is the best I've seen a Tabor women's soccer team play. They're very cohesive. They play well together. And they really they've got a lot of veteran leaders. You know, we've talked about Portia Zweifel quite a bit, but April Ochoa, it seems like, has been here forever. And then, you know, Mallory Pearson there on the back line, number 20.
Yeah.
She's been another mainstay. And so it's, you know, veterans like them, and then you get some freshmen, you get some transfers in. And Coach Gaskell is really good about the development of this side. You know, a season ago, we talked about in prior broadcasts, a season ago, Portia Zweifel did not have any goals.
Yeah.
And now, as of tonight, she has 12 on the season.
And that just speaks to the development that Coach Tom has with his players over the off-season. Like how hard they've been working in trainings and stuff, working to get better.
Goal kick coming here for the Swedes is Maria Mira E. Mosley in goal. Blue Jays not letting up off of that press. It looks like they're trying to play it back to the back line a little bit, and it got caught up in the Swedes attacking.
Out wide to Taylor Nye. Passes it into the middle. Through ball. Oh, offside. And that's what we were saying with the offsides. They're trying to find those attacking opportunities, but sometimes they are just a bit too quick off the mark.
It's a beautiful, chilly night here in central Kansas. Definitely the coldest a home match has been. I know Saturday was pretty chilly and rainy in Wichita, but currently it's about 47 to 50 degrees here.
Good pass up.
High wind. So Olu, if you're Coach Tom here, you've got about 38 minutes left in the match here. What's your strategy going into the rest of this half?
I think my strategy would be, seeing as I do still have some of those core leaders, those seniors on at the moment, I'd say let's try and keep attacking, see if we can get another goal or two. And then when the clock starts winding down to last 15-10 minutes, that's when I think, okay, maybe I'll start putting on some more freshmen, some JV players to get some college experience.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. You don't want to take that foot off too early.
Yeah, definitely.
And this is the second to last match of the regular season.
And at this point of the season, every game does count with goal difference and everything. You never know. You want to make sure you have the best playoff placement possible.
Take a look at that KCAC table here. Blue Jays are in the top 4. And should they win out tonight and Saturday against Evangel, they will be looking to host a first round conference tournament match, which would be huge.
Yep. Playing on your home pitch, first game is always important.
Yeah, and they would have that opportunity to host a first round matchup here, and then should they win that, the semifinals would be played at Stryker Soccer Complex in Wichita.
Yep.
On November 7th, and that's, that pitch plays really fast. I've gotten to work some conference and national tournaments there in the past couple years, and pitch plays really fast, and you get some wind in there, you could be in trouble a little bit, but it's a perfect playing
great
service
posture
for a championship. Tabor sitting just under Kansas Wesleyan, Friends, and Oklahoma Wesleyan are at the top of the table, and Saturday's match is pivotal as Evangel just sitting in that 5 spot. And if everything holds chalk for the rest of the week, provided the Blue Jays do win out against Evangel on Saturday, they would face the Valor again next week. And that's, while it would be nice to play somebody you've already played, I think it puts that fire under the other team.
Definitely.
Hey, we've been in this situation before at their place. We literally just played them.
Yeah.
So that it could be a dangerous spot, if that ends up happening.
Oh, Portia's through here. And that's number 4 for Portia Zweifel.
Oh, my gosh.
She is on fire today. And that's exactly what you're talking about with those brilliant 3 passes there coming from the midfield. Taylor Knight on the right side, making good runs forward and then finding the striker in the middle.
What a textbook offense right there.
Yeah.
Just fantastic job feeding it to the main striker.
Definitely. And then a great finish with Portia Zweifel using her left foot there even. Just getting it over the goalkeeper. So that now makes the scoreline 5 Blue Jays to 1 Swedes with 35 minutes to go.
Yeah, and I think now the most important part is, yes, you keep your foot on the gas pedal as much as you can, but need to hold that line as much as you can, finish. And that's one thing I think that Coach Tom has done really well.
Great 3 pass there by Sierra
this
Boyer.
season, but his side has learned how to finish games out.
Yeah.
There was I think last year, and so sometimes you see it with new coaches, new players. You get in there, you build up a lead, but then you don't know quite how to finish. And I think that's been something that they have excelled at this year.
Definitely.
Is learning how to finish and finish well.
Yep. We have a corner here for the Blue Jays. Sierra Boyer steps up to take it. Ooh, off the bar. Let's see if the Blue Jays can retain possession here. And the Swedes managed to get it out.
Yeah, good defense there by Bethany.
Yeah.
That's always a dangerous opportunity there. Nice called off sides.
But once again, you can see how the Blue Jays are finding those 3 passes in between the lines of the Swedes.
Well, they make it look easy.
Yeah.
Really do. It's one of those matches where it looks almost like, you're sitting at home playing FIFA a little bit. You're finding every pass you want. Your star player is always there up top. Just seems like the Blue Jays are kind of having their way tonight.
Definitely. Here we have Naya down the right-hand side once again. But Bethany managed to get it out for a corner.
Yeah, we saw last time just how dangerous that corner was.
Yeah.
And Bethany did a good job defensively against it last time. We'll see how that line holds here.
Yeah.
Boyer set to take the set piece.
That's another great cross, and it's a goal. Oh, they've blown for offside. That's unfortunate.
That's a tricky one.
Yeah, because especially when there's just all those players in the box, it's quite hard to see it.
Number 15, Mary Mosley, and number 26, Ray Turner.
Yeah, and I don't know. That's one of those times you wish you could see down there what they're seeing. Not that they're wrong.
Yeah, definitely.
Just
for your own, peace of mind.
It's interesting.
That's a poor clearance by the goalkeeper there. They managed to get it out.
Ball goes out of bounds off the back touch line.
I think this season the Blue Jays have definitely been very dangerous from their set pieces and their corners especially, with quite a few goals coming from free kicks and corners in the last couple matches. So that's definitely something you can see they've been working on in practices.
Nice shot there by Rogers. Pretty solid save there by Mosley, keeper for the Swedes. And I know she's got 5 goals against her, but when those balls have not been whizzing past, I think she has done a good job defensively, making those saves, doing what she can.
Definitely.
I do think it's just hard when you got somebody like Portia's Weifel coming at you.
Exactly.
There's almost no way to stop that train. Nye with the throw here over to Deckinger.
Plays it across. That's a good ball in. Keeper comes to collect it.
Blue Jays not pressing quite as tight. At this point, you don't necessarily need to, but I mean, anyway, the ball's been coming back to that front attacking line anyway.
Yeah, the Bethany is definitely having a hard time getting that ball out of the danger zone and up to their attackers. We can see here the Blue Jays about to make a 3-person substitution. So I believe now they are starting to get some more people playing.
Yeah, and I mean, last half, they did. Tom almost did a whole hockey line change.
Oh, wow.
He had all but 3 sub in. And that was, I think, eight subs in a match is the
Oh, here
most
we have
I've ever
nine.
seen.
Passes it back to Portia. Back to Nye. Oh, and that's going to be out for a goal kick.
It was a great idea.
Definitely.
Beautiful strategy there.
Number 10.
They're working it very well down the right-hand side.
Number 13, Soraya Mendoza. And number 14, Piper Fagan.
And I think in this weather a little bit, especially with the wind, you kind of gotta, you kind of gotta keep tabs on the ball a little bit more. Your through passes are gonna be, you're gonna put a little bit less on those.
Definitely.
Or you're gonna have to. Otherwise, it's just with the way this pitch plays and the way the wind is blowing. It's going to carry a lot longer than you anticipate. Beautiful pass down to Taylor Nye.
This is just good football from Tabor right here. Unfortunate to get out of bounds there, but you can see how they're just working the passes in between the lines of Bethany.
Well, we've seen some incredible footwork here.
Definitely.
This is, and I get the score, I get the opponent, but this is about the most sound we have seen a Tabor offense this season so far that I can remember. And I really think it helps. You play a lot of those tough opponents up front.
Yeah.
And then, you kind of, that helps you learn, this is how we've got to play the entire rest of the season, basically.
Definitely.
When you have to play against teams like Oklahoma Wesleyan and Ottawa early. Pulling up the KCAC scoreboard, Bethel women getting a good win on the road at York. That's always a tough place to play. 2-1 decision there for Bethel. And then St. Mary on the road at Evangel. They're up 2-0. About 18:50 left to play in that match. That's one you want to keep an eye on.
Yeah, definitely. Especially seeing how close Evangel and Tabor are in the table. That would be a very favorable result for us.
McPherson down 2-1 on the road at Kansas Wesleyan. About 23 minutes left to go in that match. Friends with a 2-0 lead on the road at Ottawa with about 25 to go left in that match. So we've got some solid scores so far across the conference. It does look like Oklahoma Wesleyan is off this evening. But some good numbers so far. Okay, Oklahoma Wesleyan did play. They got a 3-0 victory on the road at Avila.
Okay.
That's a good result for them. Avila's a tough side. We saw them about a week ago actually, and that was a tough match for the Blue Jays.
Definitely.
But I mean, holding a team like Oklahoma Wesleyan to just 3 goals that's big.
Yeah, definitely. That's always a very good result.
So it looks like, so I misspoke. Oklahoma Wesleyan was in action. Looking to see, I almost feel like Sterling is not. I can't tell for sure.
The free kick for Bethany finds its way into the box.
Yeah, Bethany not getting very many chances on offense tonight, but they have capitalized on one of the few they have.
Mm-hmm.
It is going to be a handball, looks like, and it looks like that's going to be called against Alana Hernandez. Got two subs waiting in the wings for the Blue Jays. That's Margaret Bates, number 5, and number 17, Jordan McNeil. Blue Jays getting some good opportunities to get some subs, some extra playing time here.
Yeah, we've also got number 7, Kaylee Hanna, and number 8, Dakota Shea, also coming out.
And now coming in for the Blue Jays, number 5, Margaret Bates. Number 7, Kaylee Hanna. Number 8, Dakota Shea. And number 17, Jordan McNeil.
So about half a line change for the Blue Jays there.
Yeah.
And some of their starters like Portia Zweifel and April Ochoa and Jasmine Ventura and Mallory Pearson getting some much needed rest. And much deserved too. I mean, they have been playing a heck of a match so far.
Looks to be a foul there from Bethany. The referee has called it. Could be some frustration settling in now, a lot of shirt pulling and stuff. It looks like the goalkeeper, Neve, is about to take the free kick here.
And we've seen her take these before, and she has just barely been off.
Yeah.
Do we get a goalkeeper goal here? Not quite sure. Not tonight. There's a little too much on that there. But she has been this close.
Definitely.
Her folks are actually in town tonight from Luton, England. Her mom actually spoke in chapel today.
Oh, yeah.
Had a great chapel message. Fantastic story. But it's always great when you have families here, but then when you have international players to get their families out here that's even more special.
Yeah. Bethany advancing with the ball here. But that's a wayward pass, and Neve will get it out.
Give props to this Bethany side. You have 1, maybe 2 subs available.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, every girl out there is playing almost a full 90 minutes, and that's not easy.
Yep. They haven't stopped running out there. Like, they are definitely giving it their all.
Oh, and that's, I mean, you're down 5-1. You know, you could just kind of throw in the towel.
Yeah.
You know, it's what's going to happen is going to happen. But no, they're continuing to try, and they're definitely being a little bit pesky, and that's a good thing. You know, you have a lead like this, but you still want the match to be somewhat competitive. And I think Bethany is giving Tabor exactly that. Ball goes out of bounds off the far touchline. It is going to be a Blue Jay throw here. Ball played out to Wines. She's moving it all the way up the pitch down to Taylor Nye. Nye tries to cross it. Good job there by that Bethany defense. I think, Olu, if you took the scoreboard away, you wouldn't know how lopsided a match this is.
Definitely.
Based on how both sides are playing.
Good drive by April Ochoa down the right-hand side. Finds Alana Hernandez in the middle. Back out right to Taylor Nye. Foul call there from the referee on Taylor Nye. That's an interesting one, to say the least. But Bethany will take it out for a free kick.
There's a reason they don't pay us to be down there making the calls.
Definitely. Great forward pass by Neve there. Straight back out to Nye.
Yeah, and that's kind of been the Blue Jays' bread and butter with taking out some of their starters.
Yeah.
You know, you play the ball out to Taylor as quick as you possibly can.
And I think she does a great job on that right-hand side as someone that often plays the full 90 minutes, and she's just constantly going back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, talk about an Energizer bunny. She just she has a crazy motor.
Yeah. Shot there from Bethany, but Neve Mulrooney will easily pick that one up.
She hasn't had to do a whole lot of work tonight. She has been doing a great job.
Bethany almost get the shot on target there, and Neve Mulrooney there did have to actually make a dive. And that's what we're talking about with them not giving up. Like, they are definitely still attacking and fighting as if they are in this game and giving it everything they have.
And
they're making the most of these few attacks that they are getting.
Well, and that's exactly what you want to see.
Now coming in for the Blue Jays, number 11, Aaron Lackey.
Marin Lackey on the pitch for the Blue Jays. Lackey, the senior out of Hutchinson, bit of a local product.
Seems to be an injury here for Bethany on one of their forwards.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. You always hate to see that every time it happens.
Yeah.
really hoping she's all right.
Definitely.
It's never, no matter what the team, you never want to see something like this happen.
Exactly.
But it will. The reality is it is a cold night. There could be, and frankly, it's been a blessing that there have not been more injuries than there have been so far.
Yeah.
You get a cold night like this, and anything can happen.
Hopefully she is alright. She seems to be able to walk off the pitch, so hopefully there's nothing too serious and they can get a sub in for her now.
Yeah, and that's always a good sign.
Yeah.
They don't have a whole lot of subs. So obviously the hope is that she can come back out on the pitch at some point.
Yep.
It's good to see her walking off on her own power. Tabor's athletic trainer, Jim Moore, doing a fantastic job as usual.
Yep.
Coming in for Bethany College, number 26, Grace Turner, and number 30, Lexi Stegman.
Bethany does get a couple subs in. They've got more subs than we actually thought, just because the rest were in winter coats down on the bench. And, Olu, I do not blame them.
Not at all. On both sidelines, you can see a lot of the players wearing blankets and hoodies and everything because the wind is starting to pick up.
Perfect fall night for some good fall footy. Right as we get into kind of the crunch time of the regular season.
Great challenge there. Oh, the ref calls a foul. Once again, I thought that looked clean, but the refs have the best angles. So it's going to be a free kick here for Bethany, around 30 yards from goal.
Yeah, it's a good set piece opportunity here for the Swedes. That's going to be Mariah Ibanez on that free kick. Ibanez, the junior midfielder out of Balch Spring, Texas.
She hits it with a decent ball in, but it comes just wide of the goal. So that's going to be a Tabor goal kick.
She does have quite the hammer for a foot.
Definitely.
And I think, you move her a couple yards to the left. I think she takes that shot and that's in.
Definitely.
The thing is here, I think there's quite a few positives for Bethany. I know it's been a long season, it's been a tough season, but anytime you've got a first-year head coach, a lot of new bodies on the team, it is going to be a struggle.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think there's always that growth you look forward to in the off season. And the time to development, the time to develop, the time to recruit a little bit. And I think as long as all of these players come back, they do have a pretty young roster. I think a lot of these players could be really, really special for them next season.
Definitely. Another free kick here for Bethany. Mariah Ibanez is once again stepping over it. but Alana Hernandez manages to get a header out. And here she's pressuring the ball.
Great footwork there by April Ochoa. For somebody who plays on the back line, I mean, she could play anywhere.
Yeah.
She really could. She has the footwork of a seasoned attacker, but her defense is second to none. It's always dangerous when you have a two-way player like that.
Definitely.
There she is. It seems like just a second ago she was all the way up the pitch. And
yeah. Now she's back, making the plays.
Right back, perfectly in her spot. Blue Jay goes down on the far side. Referee is going to whistle advantage, and he's going to call for a stoppage of play. And it seems to be a Blue Jay and a Swede down.
Yep, he's also given a yellow card to Mariah Ibanez. And although she wasn't involved in that tackle, I do believe she might have had some strong words there for the ref. It looks to be Piper Fogan, I believe, down on that left-hand side.
Yeah. Fagan, a sophomore, and that's, that's never want to see something like that.
Yeah.
Sure hope she's okay.
I think the Blue Jay midfield has done really well this game to just manage the ball, keep control, and find the right forward passes. And they've been doing this without the leader, I would say, in Reagan King, who's out for this game due to getting too many yellow cards. So that's good to see that people stepped up and have taken that role and still able to deliver a very good result here with just under 10 minutes left.
It's good to see Fagan get up and walk off on her own power, seemingly.
Definitely.
She gets a little bit of help from Jim Moore, but it is great to see her walk off on her own power. We've got some Blue Jays waiting in the wings to come on. Sierra Boyer and Ashley Jimenez. Just over 9 minutes left to go in this match here.
Coming in for the Blue Jays, number 19, Haley Hilson. Coming in for the Blue Jays, number 29, Sierra Boyer. And number 30, Ashley Jimenez.
Play is going to resume. A lot of action over on the far side of the pitch. Blue Jay throw in.
Good forward pass there. Well, great forward pass. Through to number 11. Just too much on it. And that could be because of the wind, as we were saying before. carried a bit too much, and that's going to be a Bethany goal kick.
Yeah, otherwise I think Marin Lackey was in perfect position.
Definitely.
But on an evening like this, you have to spot yourself a couple of yards there. I think she was set up in the right spot had there been no wind, but you almost have to spot her out a couple yards further.
Yeah.
Just in case that ball carries.
And she did very well there to time her run and remain onside.
That's part of some of this maturity. You don't see it. It is the intangibles here.
Yeah.
That just timing your run to make sure you're onside. Some of that discipline there. That's something that it can be taught, but you've kind of got to figure it out yourself with some maturity and growth and development.
Definitely. Free kick here for Tabor College. Neve Mulrooney steps out to take it within our own half.
Beautiful free kick there by Mulrooney. It's going to go all the way back to the Swedes' goal. Mosley able to pick it up there pretty easy. Foul's going to be whistled on Haley Hilson. Advantage and ball does go to the Swedes.
They elect to play the free kick short. An interception there by Tabor once again. And here we might now have a counter-attack. And that ball's going to roll out.
Just over 5 minutes left to play in the match here. Blue Jays kind of playing keep away, not necessarily needing to score. You obviously still can. Great ball there by Lackey. Just gets intercepted and cleared out there by Bethany.
Yeah, and it will result in a Tabor throw-in.
Natalie Beagle steps on to the pitch for the first time this evening. Beagle, the freshman out of Albany, Oregon.
It's going to be another throw-in there for the Jays. And the ref decides to blow a free kick for Bethany. Pass cut out there by number 11, Marin Lackey.
Great job up there by Hernandez, getting the ball back and somehow kind of evading that defender there.
Good tackle there. Tabor keep the pressure on, and now we have the ball in the box. And we're unlucky not to get a corner there, but it will be a Bethany goal kick.
coming in for Bethany College, Landon Science.
Now, as you come into the final minutes, you can see here Tabor in a much more relaxed press. Rather than going out to kind of get the ball, they're kind of waiting on Bethany to make their own mistakes and sitting back a little bit more.
Yeah, and you don't necessarily, I mean, obviously there's still some urgency that you've got to take, just taking pride in your game.
Yeah.
But you don't necessarily have to score if you don't need to. And if everything holds here, this is going to be win number 11 on the season. Coach Gaskell has a lot to be proud of here.
Definitely.
Lackey plays it up to Hernandez. Hernandez plays it out to the far side.
Great ball through the middle there. And a great pass up there from Bethany. It's unfortunate to get cut out by Sierra Boyer. Tabor back on the attack here and a great drive forward. But the pass out wide just misses the target, Lackey.
Yeah, Lackey almost in position there, just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah. But you can see here, even as there have been a lot of substitutions, the game plan is still the same. They're still finding the same passes out wide. And although the execution isn't 100% there, they are definitely working together well.
Yeah, I mean, when you have a roster this big, just a little over 30 girls on the roster, that consistency, the chemistry, all of that is incredibly important.
Definitely.
And that's something that Coach Tom Gaskell and his assistants have done well, is just instilling that chemistry.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
As we get the final whistle here at the home ground for Tabor, we can say that was definitely a great result for the Blue Jays, and I'm sure all the players and coaches will be very happy with that.
Yeah, it definitely bumps us up in, not necessarily up in the table. Kansas Wesleyan still 2 games above, but it does allow for some separation potentially with Evangel. Look at some of the other final scores. See if some of those other matches have gone final. And St. Mary does get that 2-0 result at Evangel.
Yep. And
that's huge.
Yeah. It does give us that 1-game cushion over Evangel as we go into our final game, which will be against Evangel at home here at the Joel Wayne Stadium. So going into Saturday, that looks to be a very good match and a very pivotal match for playoff placement.
Well, wrapping up some scores across the conference before we wrap up, that match, Kansas Wesleyan and McPherson did go final. 2-1 decision there for the Coyotes. Friends taking home a nice 4-1 decision on the road at Ottawa. and that is going to be those are going to be the final matches
Across the KCAC.
across the KCAC of the day. And we'll just take a look at some final stats before we leave you here.
Yep.
So Tabor with 20 total shots, 13 of those on target. Neve Mulrooney with 1 save on the evening.
And that speaks to the Tabor defense and how well they were set with that back line, not allowing anything to really get through or any clean shots.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the best, if not the best, defensive performances by the Blue Jays.
Yep.
Just showing, we've known all season long that this back line is special.
Yep.
But, you get some high-powered offenses in here, and that really does test it. But it was really nice to see that back line playing as we know they can.
Definitely.
And we had quite a few fouls or and things, but relatively clean match. No yellows, no reds. Always good to see no bookings. We talked about it a lot earlier on in the match. With a match like this, you are going to get a lot of offsides.
Exactly.
Tabor did have 7 offsides calls. But that's just the nature of the beast here.
Definitely. In these type of matches, you would often want to see offsides as a coach because it shows that they are trying to make those forward attacking runs, and that's exactly what we saw here with Portia Zweifel getting 4 goals. I mean, that's got to be one of her best games this season, if not her best.
Well, and I know our colleagues Liam Morgan and Rory Cameron, they when they come on and do the first half, their favorite tagline is Portia Zweifel says, "Smell you later." And she definitely said that quite a few times tonight.
Definitely.
So, good to see her performance, and that notches her goal total up to 13 on the season.
Yeah.
You go from no goals a season ago to 13 this season. That just speaks to her growth.
Definitely.
So, any final thoughts, Olu, before we head out?
I think this was a good second half. I think it was really good to see how the team could come together, especially with all the different subs made and stuff. And I'm looking forward to the final game against Avenger on Saturday.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, for our colleagues Rory Cameron, Liam Morgan, and for Olu Arabake, I am Nate Howard, and it has been a pleasure bringing you this win over Bethany College this evening. We hope you'll tune in to the men's match here in about 25 minutes. And then, of course, as Olu talked about, we've got that senior day matchup against Evangel on Saturday. So a lot of soccer you're not going to want to miss. But it has been a great night, and thank you to our producers, Taryn Lawler and Brett Buckingham in the studio. They've done a fantastic job. And you've been watching some fantastic Blue Jay footy right here on the KCAC Network.